Hi guys, JT here, and here's my top 10 Metroidvania games released in the past 2 years that you should buy in the 2023 Steam Spring Sale. These games are highly discounted, and you should consider them. So let's get into this. At number 10 we have Journey to the Savage Planet. A game that is less about fighting and more about exploring and scanning things. You play as a human in a spacesuit working for Kindred Aerospace Company, which is also the 4th best interstellar exploration company. You're dropped into an alien planet called ARY-26, and you need to catalog all flora, fauna, and life located across the various biomes of the planet to see if it is fit for humans to live in. You'll be given a gun that you can use to scan things to add into your catalog. You can grapple hook your way through the planet on grapple points so you can travel to places that are just out of your jump reach. The positives come from the humor of the game, a beautiful planet to explore, discovering new things to scan, and going on the off-beaten path to find secrets hidden in the varied environments. You'll also have puzzles to solve along the way. The combat isn't the best in this game. You can shoot things with your handgun that you can upgrade, but it can feel a bit like a slog. You can also have a friend jump in so the both of you can scan things together in multiplayer. At number 9 we have Lost Ruins, a 2D Metroidvania survival action game. You play as a girl who wakes up in a dimly lit dungeon without any of your memories. You're surrounded by monsters who want to see you dead, but you're soon rescued by a mysterious magician named Beatrice. You go on a journey to find answers and unlock the secrets of the Lost Ruins. This game features no level up system. Instead, you'll need to collect various equipment, artifacts, and items to power yourself up and survive. The world is awesome to explore with plenty of puzzles to solve, side quests to complete, and keys to discover to unlock doors. Characters that you meet along the way are quirky and they stand out, even the bosses. Equipment in this game is balanced. No one item is considered the best, and you need to cleverly swap items out depending on your situation and enemies. This game can be quite difficult, and the fighting mechanic can take some getting used to. There are multiple endings if you want to strive for them too. So if you like a Metroidvania that's quite unique, then give Lost Ruins a try. At number 8 we have F.I.S.T. Forged in Shadow Torch, a side-scrolling action game. Set in a world where animals have taken over and humans have been oppressed, players take control of a rabbit named Rayton, who uses a powerful mechanical arm to fight against the tyrannical regime. The game features a well-designed world filled with detailed environments and a diverse cast of characters. The gameplay is focused on exploration, platforming, and combat, with a variety of enemies to fight and challenging boss battles. Rayton's mechanical arm can be upgraded with different abilities, giving players a range of options for tackling different situations. One of the strengths of F.I.S.T. is its storytelling. The game presents a complex world with political intrigue and a rich history, which is gradually revealed through interactions with NPCs and finding hidden lore items. The characters are well written and have distinct personalities, making them memorable and engaging. The game is challenging with a steep learning curve, but it is also rewarding for those who can master it. The checkpoint system can be very unforgiving, but it adds to the sense of accomplishment when players overcome a difficult section. Overall, F.I.S.T. or F.I.S.T. is a well-crafted game that offers a compelling world, challenging gameplay, and engaging storyline. Its unique setting and characters make it a standout among other action games, and is definitely worth checking out for fans of the genre. At number 7 we have Castlevania Advance Collection, a collection of 4 Castlevania games from the Game Boy Advance days, thus the name. This collection features 4 games: Circle of the Moon, Harmony of Dissonance, Aria of Sorrow, and Dracula X, each of their own levels, game save slots, and unique features. In fact, this goes down to what version of each game you would like to play, with their own save slots. This collection is a blast, filled with plenty of monster whipping, story, and great boss battles. The game isn't too difficult as long as you're kept stocked up on the latest equipment and learning the enemy patterns. There are also sections that you can explore later once you've received the appropriate movement mechanic to reach the area. While Circle of the Moon, Harmony of Dissonance, and Aria of Sorrow is sort of similar to each other with unique individual game mechanics, Dracula X is the odd one out, as it is more of a traditional Castlevania game where you move from left to right. So if you like some classic Metroidvania games that inspired a popular genre, definitely get this collection. At number 6 we have Astalon Tears of the Earth, a retro-style action-adventure game. The game takes place in a post-apocalyptic world, where 3 heroes must venture through a massive tower to stop a mysterious force that threatens their world. The gameplay revolves around exploration, platforming, and combat. Players control the 3 heroes, a warrior, a mage, and a rogue, each of their own unique abilities as they traverse through the tower's various floors. Each floor is filled with traps, puzzles, and enemies that players must overcome to progress. One of the strengths of Astalon is its tight and responsive gameplay mechanics. The platforming and combat feel satisfying and engaging, with a range of enemies that require different strategies to defeat. The heroes' unique abilities provide a sense of variety and make exploring the tower more enjoyable. The game's difficulty can be challenging with a steep learning curve, but it's never unfair. Players will need to explore and experiment to progress, but it's always satisfying when they figure out a challenging puzzle or defeat a tough boss. That is if they don't break their keyboards or controllers in the process. Overall, Astalon Tears of the Earth is a fantastic action-adventure game that successfully captures the essence of classic NES games while adding its own unique twists. Its responsive gameplay, excellent presentation, and challenging difficulty make it a must-play for fans of the genre. And number 5 we have UNSIGHTED, an action-adventure Metroidvania. You play as Alma, an automaton awakened to a war-torn world after a war against humans who have gone extinct. Your friends are turning into mindless killing machines when anima, the resource that gives the automaton sentience, begins to run out, thanks to a crashed meteor. You need to save the city, your friends, and yourself before you succumb to the madness and become a bloodthirsty UNSIGHTED. You do this by recovering 5 shards of the meteor scattered around the city. The story is very effective in giving you a sense of urgency as you fight against time. The world is full of nightmarish abominations and puzzle-based exploration. You collect and use items to extend the lifespans of your friends, but you also need it for yourself. There's also a day counter showing you how long it'll be before you and your friends turn into the UNSIGHTED, which amps up the stress. Each shard is protected by a powerful former friend who has turned into an UNSIGHTED. You can't save them all and you are forced to pick and choose, and this will affect your ending. Combat is very fast-paced and highly satisfying to master. You'll need to learn how to parry your enemies and stun them to set them up for a counter-attack. UNSIGHTED is a very well-crafted adventure with an engaging story, fluid and fast combat, and a beautiful world to explore, albeit with a literal time limit. And number 4 we have Skul, the Hero Slayer, a fast-paced and challenging roguelike Metroidvania game that combines elements of action platformers and RPGs. In the game, players take on the role of Skul, a skeleton warrior on a quest to save his king from an evil hero. At its core, Skul is a classic roguelike game that features procedurally generated levels, permadeath, and randomized loot. Each playthrough is unique, with different enemies, environments, and items to discover. One of the game's standout features is its unique character swapping mechanic. Skul has the ability to transform into different characters, each with their own unique abilities and playstyles. This adds a layer of strategy to the game, as players must choose the right characters for each situation. Skul also features a deep and rewarding upgrade system that allows players to customize their character and playstyle. By collecting coins and items, players can unlock new abilities and upgrade their existing ones, making them more powerful and versatile. Overall, Skul the Hero Slayer is a fantastic addition to both roguelike and Metroidvania genres. Its fast-paced action, challenging gameplay, and unique character swapping mechanics make it a must-play. And number 3 we have Death's Door, a Zelda-like top-down action-adventure game. You play as a crow working for the Reaping Commission, harvesting souls. The soul of a powerful monster was stolen from you as soon as you defeated it. You eventually get to the Undying Realm holding the Death's Door. You'll need to search the lands for 3 powerful souls to open it. The world is a treat to explore, from graveyards to ruins to a creepy mansion. They are filled with plenty of puzzles that will see you hitting switches, collecting keys, and opening doors. You'll find yourself going on off-beaten paths just to see what secrets lay in wait for you. Combat is very fast-paced and opponents are rarely slowed down by your attacks, so you need to be aggressive. You'll also obtain a slew of weapons and magical abilities that will not only help you dispatch monsters but also solve puzzles. In terms of boss fights, they are awesome. Don't let their cartoonish look fool you, as they will test you with everything you have learned so far in the dungeon and will have you use your whole arsenal to take them down. The various friendly faces that you meet along the way are also a treat, as they give you a bit of a break from the somber world, like a guy with a pot for a hit that looks like the Onion Knight from Dark Souls, or a cheeky giant frog. If you like a Zelda-like game with great exploration and fast combat, Death's Door is a treat to play. And number 2 we have Ender Lilies, Quietus of the Nights, a Souls-like Metroidvania adventure game. You play as Lily, exploring the Kingdom of Land's End. A mysterious rainfall named the Rain of Death covers the land, and it turns living beings into undead creatures called the Blighted. Like many Souls-like, timed evasions and hits are essential for survival. It'll test your dexterity and patience, as you cannot fight as the little girl Lily, but rather you rely on your spirits that you collect from around the map. Each spirit has its own strength for different situations. You'll most likely use Umbral Knight the most, as he's infinitely usable, while other spirits have limited use and cooldown timers. He can perform simple quick strikes, so you have to plan your movements for it. You can enhance your spirits from materials collected in the world. You can also equip relics to boost certain stats. The bosses are a highlight in this game. While some are manageable to those with Souls-like experience, others will definitely test your patience. Exploration is an important part of the game, as you can backtrack to previous eras with newly found movement abilities, and they can reward you with awesome new spirits and items. This game is definitely one for Souls-like veterans and newbies alike, as it strikes a good balance that will cater to both tastes. And number 1 we have Supraland, 6 inches under, a first-person Metroidvania. You play as an innocent blue plumber this time around as opposed to the red prince from the previous game. The town is destroyed by the Reckoning, basically children destroying the toy town. All the toy people fall below the surface. Underground, a town called Cage Town is set up, run by a dictator called Baron who abused the toy people. Your goal is to get to the top floor of Cage Town and use it to get back to the surface. This second game in the series is just as funny and well written as the previous game. Cage Town is broken up into 3 floors and each connects to new interesting areas. This game features a ton of exploration to find various chests, different puzzles, combat sections, and secrets. You'll also obtain new equipment and abilities to allow you to explore more of Cage Town. This exploration is very addictive as you keep finding new things as you explore. 6 inches under doesn't feature a lot of combat in favor of more clever puzzles and exploration. You'll have access to a pickaxe that you can upgrade to do various things and a Tesla coil gun to shoot electricity. Even though combat is not the main focus, it is more challenging this time around. Puzzles are awesome to solve, and some optional puzzles can really test your brain juice. The secrets in this game are extremely creative, and it's always a treat when you find them. So if you like puzzle games or Metroidvanias, Supraland 6 inches under is a must-buy, especially if you enjoyed the first one. Do you agree with this list? What other games are in your wish list this spring sale? Let me know in the comments below. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video.